Okay, so back to the girl. I personally didn't see the girl climbing, jumping, nothing. That was just the story of why we were on Code Red. I should have been able to see it from outside, but I didn't see it. Other people said they saw her, so that's one potential abuse um, because she shattered her pelvis and didn't get medical care and supposedly died. Again, don't know if it's true, could be false. But I do know we were on Code Red, and we did have to lay with our bellies down, our hands behind our backs, and our chin against the floor. We were there like 20 minutes, and in the entire year and 2 months I was there, it happened one time. So, and it was emergency. Somebody was jumping over the edge of the freaking program. Um, anyway, next one. There was a girl in one of my seminars, obviously that was in the girl side of me, and she said that a male staff after one of the seminars had sex with her in the closet. She wasn't the type of person to be lying. She didn't want anybody to really know. She said she made it sound like it was like consensual, but I mean, I saw him too at the seminar. He was the one saying that he worked for Chippendales on the weekends and he was trying to hit on people. Um, he tried to hit on me, but I mean, I was just like, you. Okay, goodbye. um, but if he did have sex with her in the closet, um, that is abuse. He's older, he's a staff, and she's a kid. Um, but she didn't tell anyone other than the girls, you know. And then there is the last and final one, which is serious abuse. It is something I did see, but I was there a year and 2 months, and this is the only actual abuse that I saw, um, or even heard about, other than the other two times I said. So there was a girl, you know, I mean, she had like a little bit of an attitude, like she thought she was better. Like it was like an annoying type of like, I don't care, but like it was like, it's hard to explain. It was like the attitude, like she wasn't gonna do it, and it was like, but then like when something was consequences come, I was like, no, no, okay. So, but she was nice enough, you know. But it was just some stupid stuff, like rebelling on dumb stuff, you know. Well, one day she was in worksheets, which worksheets was a place if you didn't listen, you lost all your points, whatever. You go, there's like these cubbies, and you'd sit there and face the wall and listen to whatever they had on if they had anything on that day. And that was that. And you were there all day. Um, and if you learn, you don't have to go back. But if you keep rebelling or lose your points again, you go back. It is extremely easy to keep your points. I mean, if you just follow the rules, you keep them. It's not outrageous to follow the rules. Majority of people did. Um, so anyway, this girl, for whatever reason, she was in worksheets, rebelled too many days in worksheets, went to this place called R&R, which is a room that you're by yourself, which is all like plexiglass windows, carpet, and you have to sit in there all day. Um, Rest and relaxation, right? So you just sit in there all day. Well, at one point, I was the staff, because I was level 4, um, for worksheets and R&R, and I was in worksheets, and basically, like, students like me that became staff had to just kind of sit in and help the staff, you know, make sure the students are following the rules, and you kind of like guide the students too, like, hey, this is good, you know, like follow the rules and blah blah. So it teaches us to be responsible and a leader and someone to look up to. So I'm staff there. Anyway, all of a sudden there's like radio calls. Everybody starts rushing into R&R. 3 women staff and 3 men staff run into this where this girl is, and I run out to see, and they start just like beating her up. I mean, like, I couldn't, like, it was too many people. It was like she was being jumped. And I mean, she had prior been in the room by herself. And I mean, she must have said something disrespectful to someone through the window. I mean, nobody had even been in there. But when they rushed in, they all just started jumping and beating her up. They told me to look away, go back in worksheets. So, oh my God. So I went back in worksheets because if I don't listen, then I'm in trouble too. So when it's all said and done, they called me back out, said that I had to sign a witness sheet. And this girl had to, like, somebody at that point was holding her in a restrainer, bloody nose, busted lip, she looked messed up in her face. Her arm looked like it could probably be broken. And they wanted me to sign saying that she basically did that to herself. And they were just trying to restrain her from hurting herself and others. And in their attempt to restrain her, she did all of that to herself. And I said, I don't want to sign that. I don't feel comfortable signing that. I'm not signing that, you know? And they said, well, I'm going to tell you, she's probably getting transferred to Jamaica, which is like a worse program. And if you don't sign it, then you're in non-compliance and you have a potential to be sent to. I was like, okay, whatever. So I just signed the thing, and that was kind of, you know, I'd never seen anything like that before. I'd never seen anything like that after. And nobody ever either mysteriously went to Jamaica. So, not to say these things didn't happen, because I then didn't go back and tell everyone what I saw. So, I mean, is there a potential that other people like me that were staff or students could have witnessed something happening to someone, have to sign that, and then, you know, either go back and not say anything, or, you know, there were a lot of kids too that were being pulled. What if they weren't being pulled, if they were being transferred after that? Or who knows? I mean, it could be anything, you know. There could be cover-ups like that going on. But I don't, my gut feels like I don't think so, but there could, you know. But if there is, or if there was, it was very rare. Like most people that were in worksheets always came out of worksheets. You know, if somebody got pulled, it was like they were fine. Like you saw them that day, they were normal, everything was fine. You know, nobody just went to worksheets and disappeared. So, but that is a situation that did happen. I do have to say too, right when I left Costa by the Sea, about a year later, I got a phone call from a law firm saying that a bunch of people are suing Costa by the Sea. And for people that were in there, they get, if there's a settlement, money for basically being in that place for however long you were there, and it's a lawsuit that started going on. Would I like to be signed up to get compensation if a compensation turns out or whatever? So I said, yeah, sure, I don't care. Like, I'll sign up, whatever. So they asked me a bunch of questions. They asked me, like, were people kept in dog cages and made to eat, like, rotten hot dogs? I said no. Were we made to drink out of dog bowls? Did we have to shit in buckets? Excuse me. Did we have to crap in buckets, poop in buckets? I mean, there was a bunch of other wild stuff too, but I was like, no, none of that stuff happened. Like, I told them, like, that's false. Like, whoever told you those things, that didn't happen. Like, it's things you didn't see, or it's things that didn't happen. I said, no, that's things that did not happen at Costa by the Sea. I don't know about wherever, but Costa by the Sea, that didn't happen, you know? So I said, the only 3 things I know about is what I said. But I don't think I even said about the girl having sex with someone in the closet. Probably said the 2 things on the lawsuit. And that's another story. But I think because I didn't side with all the, you know, fake complainers or whatever, I think a lot of the parents ended up feeling guilty because the kids were like, how dare you do this to me, you know, at first. But then when they got home, they were more responsible and knowledgeable and intelligent than the parents. And they were calling their parents on stuff, holding themselves accountable too. And the parents were like, whoa, 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 you know. So then they probably try to spin it like, you know, this isn't the place that I thought it was, you know, get other parents on board, you know, want to make it seem like the program's the enemy. And so their kids forgive them, so they feel better, like, so there's someone to blame, you know, and they get their money back, let's say. And since I wasn't on that tailgate, and I wasn't, you know, my parents weren't on board either, and I had a total different story, you know, wasn't anything going to be coming good for me. Let's just say that.